Imagine buying 828,000 square miles of land for less than 3 cents per acre. Imagine doubling the size of your entire country with the stroke of a pen. October 20th, 1803, the day America made the most excellent real estate deal in history. Stay until the end to discover how one controversial decision transformed 13 coastal colonies into a continental empire. It's 1803, and President Thomas Jefferson has a crisis. France controls New Orleans, the city that sits at the mouth of the Mississippi River. And if you control New Orleans, you control whether American farmers can ship their crops to market. It's like someone owning the only door out of your house. American settlers are flooding west across the Appalachian Mountains, building farms in Kentucky, Tennessee, and the Ohio Valley. They're growing crops, raising livestock, and creating wealth. But there's one massive problem. The only practical way to get their products to buyers on the East Coast or in Europe is by floating them down the Mississippi River to New Orleans, then shipping them by sea. And now France, led by the ambitious Napoleon Bonaparte, owns that city. Napoleon's planning to rebuild France's empire in North America. He's already sent troops to the Caribbean island of Saint-Domingue, which we now call Haiti. New Orleans is next. Jefferson knows this is a disaster waiting to happen. If Napoleon decides to close the port, the entire Western economy collapses overnight. So Jefferson does what any reasonable president would do. He sends diplomats to France with an offer. We'll buy New Orleans from you. Name your price. The budget? $2 million, maybe stretched to $10 million if necessary. Just give us that one city so American farmers can do business. April 1803. American diplomats Robert Livingston and James Monroe arrive in Paris ready to negotiate for New Orleans. But something's changed. Napoleon's Caribbean campaign is a complete disaster. His army is being destroyed not by enemy soldiers, but by yellow fever. Thousands of French troops are dead. The dream of a French North American empire is dying in the tropical heat. And Napoleon has another problem. War with Britain is about to restart. He needs money desperately. Soldiers, ships, supplies, everything costs money. And he's looking at Louisiana, this massive territory that France technically owns, but can't really defend or develop. And he's thinking, what if I sell the whole thing? When the American diplomats sit down to talk, the French Foreign Minister Talleyrand stuns them with a question. What would you give for the whole of Louisiana? Not just New Orleans, all of it. Everything from the Mississippi River to the Rocky Mountains. From the Gulf of Mexico to the Canadian border. 828,000 square miles, roughly a third of what is now the continental United States. The Americans can barely believe what they're hearing. They're authorized to spend maybe $10 million for one city, and France is offering them a landmass larger than all of Western Europe for $15 million. That's about 3 cents per acre. It's the equivalent of buying California, Nevada, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Wyoming, Montana, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, and half of Texas for the price of a lovely suburban house today. There's just one problem. The Constitution doesn't explicitly say the president can buy territory from foreign nations. Jefferson's a strict constructionist, someone who believes the government should only do precisely what the Constitution says. He's about to violate his own principles for an opportunity too good to refuse. Back in America, Jefferson faces a choice. He can send the treaty back and ask Congress to amend the Constitution first, which could take months. By then, Napoleon might change his mind, or the war with Britain might start and make the deal impossible. Or Jefferson can move fast, send the treaty to the Senate, and hope they approve before anyone can overthink it. He chooses speed. October 20th, 1803. The U.S. Senate votes to ratify the Louisiana Purchase Treaty. The vote isn't even close, 24-7 in favor. America has just doubled in size. The United States is no longer a collection of states hugging the Atlantic coast. It's a continental nation stretching from sea to shining sea, or at least from sea to the Rockies. Critics are furious. They say Jefferson has overstepped his authority. They say the territory is worthless wilderness that will take centuries to settle. They say $15 million is a fortune for land nobody needs. One congressman calls it a great waste, a wilderness unpeopled with any beings except wolves and wandering Indians. But Jefferson sees what they don't. He sees farmland that will feed millions. He sees natural resources that will fuel industries. He sees room for America to grow without fighting wars for territory. He sees a future where America isn't confined to the edge of the continent, where it becomes one of the great powers of the world. The Louisiana Purchase is almost impossible to overvalue. Out of that one purchase comes all or part of 15 modern states: Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, Iowa, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, and parts of New Mexico and Texas. Gold rushes, cattle ranches, wheat fields that make America the breadbasket of the world, oil deposits that powered the 20th century. The transcontinental railroad connected the coasts. Cities like St. Louis, Kansas City, Denver, and New Orleans are flourishing. The Louisiana Purchase doesn't just make America bigger, it makes America possible. Historians estimate that the territory has contributed trillions of dollars to the American economy, $15 million for trillions in return. Napoleon himself later admits it was a mistake. "I have just given England a maritime rival that will sooner or later humble her pride," he says. He's right. Within a century, America is a global superpower, and the Louisiana Purchase is a huge reason why. October 20th, 1803 wasn't just about land, it was about vision. Thomas Jefferson looked at a map and saw not just what was, but what could be. He understood that sometimes the most important decisions require breaking your own rules, trusting your instincts, and seizing the moment when it appears. From 13 colonies clinging to the coast to a nation that spans a continent. From a price tag that seemed expensive in 1803 to a bargain so good it's almost unbelievable. Sometimes the best investments aren't safe, they're bold. What's a decision you made that everyone questioned but changed everything for the better? Please share it in the comments below. If this story of vision and courage inspired you, History Sparks has more incredible moments when bold decisions shaped our world. Subscribe and join our community of people who know that playing it safe isn't always the most brilliant move. Hit that bell, and let's keep discovering the moments when someone dared to think bigger than anyone thought possible. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.